people just waved at me for no apparent reason. This thing redlines at about, looks like 6,200 RPM. It does sound nice. I'm used to GM engines, especially little four-bangers, just sounding so ugh. But this thing actually has a nice tone to it. I'll tell you, I could imagine putting pipes on this thing. People making aftermarket pipes, just the sounds you would get would be pretty darn cool. I'm impressed. Would I consider buying one? Boy. Difficult to say, only because the practicality side of it is just so low for me. I mean, I could use it very, very few months of the year here in Massachusetts. And of course, the months of the year that I do want to be using it, I want to be riding as well. So, I mean, I've never had a vehicle that people look at me as much as they do in this thing. They're not looking at me, they're looking at the car. I'm just along for the ride here. Wow. The transmission is a little bit, it has a clunk to it, which is pretty fine, I think. I mean, it's just normal. Actually, it feels pretty good. Feels pretty solid. I mean, again, this is not like a $60,000 vehicle, you know? It's, I can't remember the price on it. I'll put it here, but I can't remember the actual price. But I just know that it's not like a top-end vehicle that you're going to pay $1 million for. It's just a fun, almost like a Polaris Razor or you know, something like a utility thing, except no utility at all, just pure fun. Am I talking? Do I wave to a motorcyclist? I don't know. No, I'm not gonna. He actually gave me a pinky wave. I feel badly now because he was like, yeah. So I don't know what I should have done there. All right, radio time. No, I'm going to require a different station than that. How about something I can relate to a little bit here? Well, I don't even know if I need my gloves, to be honest with you. Why do I have my gloves on? I guess I'll just wear them. But this is very cool. I mean, these are your controls. You've got radio, and you've got hazard lights. Those are your controls. Man, me likey. Wow. And you know what else is really cool about this is that because you can hear the engine so well. Oh, I shouldn't have gone this way. There's traffic this way. But since you can hear the engine so well, you know when to shift. That guy either just really liked my car or he was blowing it a kiss. I don't know what the deal is with that, but that was a weird look. But yeah, hearing the engine is really cool because you can really, you just know when the shift points are. You don't have to look at the tach at all. This is so cool. This has basically like a very reminiscent of a Victory speedometer and tachometer. Should have brought my raincoat just in case. Then again, who cares? Oh, come on. Let's not go from stoplight to stoplight. Come on. Really? This thing doesn't like stoplights. It likes go lights. Green lights. This has a glove box. It has storage behind the seats. A little bit of storage, like for a helmet or something. Wow. There's a button there. I don't know what that does. I'm not going to push it because I'd It could eject me, for all I know. I have no idea. A RAM mount for your phone. Or GPS. Pretty cool. Boy, I'd forgotten that these manual transmissions are pretty fun. Guy just took a picture of me on his cell phone. That's cool. Like I said, if you don't like attention, don't drive one of these things. Or at least not for a while until they get a little more popular. You know, these bumps are they're firm. You know, the suspension is taut like it should be, but the seats are pretty nice. They soak up a lot of the super, you know, the harshness of the bumps. It's really not bad. All right, I'm going to cut this off now, and I'll pick it up again when I get to Sally's. I'm curious to see her reaction to this. I would actually take it home and show my wife, but my wife has no interest in motorcycles, no interest in like fancy cars, and certainly no interest in anything that might result in me spending money. And she knows as well as the dealer does that me taking something like this out could result in me spending money. You know, to be honest with you, I have not noticed anything that resonates in my mind that tells me that this has 3 wheels. Like, I don't sense that. Now, again, I haven't pushed it. It's not like I'm on a racetrack. But I just haven't really sensed anything outside of the inability to avoid a bump that just tells me I'm on 3 wheels. You don't notice it. You're not cognizant of it. But I'll tell you, little turns like this, man, this thing just goes right around like it's nothing. It doesn't feel front heavy or back. It doesn't plow. It just handles really crisply. Really nice. And this little steering wheel is just fun. It's got just nice little grips, you know, for your hand. Well, grips for your hand. Duh. Because the grips for your toes are just so exciting on a steering wheel. Good grief. I haven't hit 5th gear, obviously, yet. Wow, this thing is just beaucoup fun. Oh, we got geese crossing here. Come on, I just don't have time for this, guys. Come on. No, I can't let all of you cross, I'm sorry. Guys, I don't have the time for you all to cross here. Really? Really? If I didn't think that you guys would harm the vehicle, no, I wouldn't do that. I can't hurt them. But I would love for them to run a little bit faster. Oh my gosh, this thing is awesome. Again, I don't know if it's just I'm so low to the ground or what, if it's the sound of the engine, if it's the handling, it's all of those things. It's just awesome. 3rd gear is just a blast. Wow. This thing feels very happy right around 3,000 to 3,500 RPM. I would imagine that's probably where peak horsepower is. I might be wrong, but... Man, this thing is a rock star. It really is. I'm not. It is. It is just super impressive. The handling, just the directness of it, everything is just, it's just raw. I guess that's the best term I can think of. Just everything about it, including the engine, of course, is just raw. It's awesome. Not unpolished, necessarily, just raw. I don't know how to really explain it. It's just it just allows your driving passion to come out. Alright, so my overall summation here of this car is that it's just... I've never really driven anything quite like this. It's raw. It's you're right there. I mean, you feel like you could just reach out and touch the road, and certainly have no protection. But then again, you don't on a motorcycle either. You're required to wear a helmet, which, granted, it does take away some of the fun. But I wouldn't drive this thing without it. I like the sound of the engine. It's not buzzy. It's not like the GM4s of 20 years ago. It's not buzzy. It's nice. Oh man, what an enlightening experience this has been. This has been just... all of my thoughts on this were completely wrong. I kept thinking of it in terms of there's just no utility to it. Why would I really want one? It takes up extra space, and yet when I drive it, granted, it's nothing I could drive in the winter, but it is just nice. It's not. It doesn't feel like it's happy when it's going slow. Under 2,000 RPM, it feels like it's bored. It just wants to go all the time. Wow. This thing is just the ticket maker is what it is. I'd last exactly, I don't know, probably an hour and a half before getting a ticket, so I'm really glad that I've only been given an hour to take this out. My biggest complaint... let me do that. My biggest complaint in this vehicle is only that proportionally, and I mean, it's very hard to get this right. It's a little awkward for me. In order for me to be, I mean, I've got short legs. There's no question about it. I'm a short guy. But for me, the clutch has kind of a long throw to it, and so I have to be up a little closer to the steering wheel than I would like. In fact, not only that, I don't even think I can go back. I might be able to go back a little bit further with the seat, but I'm definitely closer than I would like to be. Thank you. Yes, everybody's tooting at me. Thank you very much. So I would, you know, my ergonomics would be, I'd rather have the steering wheel about out here. That would be better for me. But still, nothing to really complain about in this thing. This is just, it's been an awesome experience. I've really enjoyed this. You know, for me, a vehicle like this would have to be in red. I just don't think you can have a car like this or a bike, whatever the heck this is. You can't have this thing in gray. It has to be in red. All right, here's some engine sound for you guys. I'm trying not to go too crazy with it for obvious reasons, but it wants to go. My gosh, does it want to go. Oh, I just felt a drop of rain. Intriguing. I don't know what I'm going to do if it starts raining. Get wet, I suppose, is what I'm going to do if it starts raining. Nothing else you can do. Not the worst thing in the world. I think that actually feels pretty good right about now. I mean, really, this thing does have two modes. On just a standard driving thing, you can be in third gear and you're at 2,800 RPM at 35 miles an hour. And it just feels, you know, that feeling when a bike is full of potential. You know that, you know, you're at 2,200 RPM if you're on a cruiser sort of thing, and that bike is just right in a sweet spot and it just wants to go and pull you. That's what you get the feeling of in this, that any sort of input into the gas is going to just, you know, fling you ahead. And then you can go to fourth, where it's just nice and relaxed, and it's aside from being taut as far as the suspension, it's just a nice and relaxed ride. So it does have a couple of different personalities, and they're all kind of fun and enjoyable. Well, guys, that pretty much wraps up my thoughts on the Slingshot. This is the fastest I've had it, is about 55, and it seems pretty stable. It's not jumpy or twitchy or anything. I'm getting rained on, but that's okay. Actually feels pretty good. Of course, I can't see now because I got stuff on my helmet. Okay, my verdict on this car is, I think I'd buy one of these in a heartbeat. I'm totally sold on this idea now. I wasn't before. I had a feeling that, I looked at it like, look, it's just taking up too much garage space. You could have 2 bikes in that space, you know, instead of 1 Slingshot. And now I think my thought process is just build more space. Just get a bigger garage, do what you have to do, but get one of these. Because this thing is fun. It's just fun. It's not as fast as a Ferrari or Jaguar or a Nissan GTR. It's just raw. It's just passionate. It's enjoyable. It's rough. It's like a golf cart on freaking steroids. And it's awesome. I absolutely love one of these things. I'd have to get it in red though. I gotta get in red. It's the only deal.